And this is a sad day, Charles, for human rights in Nigeria. Sunday Jackson, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm a human rights advocate. Sunday Jackson, by anyone's estimation, is totally innocent. And the issue where this man was out farming, minding his own business, and then the attacker came and a struggle ensued. And of course, this man is going to defend himself. That's why we call it self-defense. And yet today, we were at the Nigerian Supreme Court, and it was very brief. It was only about maybe 2 minutes long, and we just wept at the failure of the Nigerian Supreme Court to say that this man, and they had the opportunity to say this man was totally innocent. We haven't seen all the ins and outs of the decision, but we had the opportunity to meet this humble farmer, this young man who unfortunately his wife abandoned him, had been on death row for 10 years. So Sunday Jackson has now become an international case for human rights. Yes, and so we're going to continue to advocate.
I was going to ask you what are the international dimensions of this case?
Well, the international dimensions are Open Doors, which is a human rights organization, has recounted that there have been thousands of killings of Christians by Fulanis. And so as a human rights advocate and as a pastor, I'm here to advocate for this man who is totally innocent. So it has international implications. The eyes of human rights advocates are now on Nigeria. Like, how could this happen? How could this possibly happen? By anyone's estimation, as Barrister said earlier, manslaughter at least, because murder one that he's being convicted of and may face hanging if we can't get clemency for him, it has to be premeditated. So what justice on the Nigerian Supreme Court, that didn't pop up and say to him or her, this is a case of self-defense and this man is totally innocent. So we encourage people to continue to pray for Sunday Jackson and his innocence.
Emmanuel, what was the prosecution's argument? I understand that they urged the court to convict Mr. Jackson solely on his confessional statement and based on the fact that death had occurred. So basically, no mitigating circumstances, and that was pretty much how the judge saw it.
Yes, so part of the problem is they are arguing that he had a responsibility to flee. Now, in the US, we have, stand your ground rules, which means you can defend yourself as much as you want. Now, here, they're arguing that instead of fight, you should have flight, you should flee.
In other words, after he overpowered the man and retrieved the knife, there was no further need to stab him.
Yes, but that is not accurate, and I don't think that's a fair requirement to make to someone who is facing imminent death. Now, just the data alone of all the massacres that have occurred, he couldn't have known if there were more herdsmen on their way to kill him. He has seen reports of what these people do. This guy just stabbed him. And so to expect him to reasonably assume that to fulfill the conditions of the law he needed to flee made no sense.
But my people, sometimes you hear a story that leaves you cold, a story that forces you to ask, is this really justice or just a death sentence written for the poor? This is the tragic case of Sunday Jackson, and what you are about to hear will make you question everything you know about our justice system. On the 7th of March 2025, the Supreme Court of Nigeria delivered a verdict that shook the nation. They upheld the sentence given to a simple farmer from Adamawa State. His name, Sunday Jackson. His crime, trying to stay alive. Sunday wasn't a politician, not a rich man, just a humble farmer, one of us. In 2018, in the quiet farmlands of Kodomti, Sunday set out to harvest touching grass, just another day on the farm. But life can change in one moment, and for Sunday, it did. Out there in the fields, he was suddenly confronted by a Fulani herdsman, Ardo Bauro. The man accused him of eliminating his cattle. Words were exchanged and the situation escalated quickly. According to Sunday, the herdsman targeted him with a sharp tool. Sunday alone, terrified, unarmed, fought back. He managed to collect the sharp tool or object from the attacker and use it on him multiple times until he became unalive on that same field. And Sunday, he ran, scared, messy, panicked, like any other human being would. But running didn't save him. He was arrested, put on trial, pleaded his case, self-defense. But the trial court refused to see it that way. The Court of Appeal refused, and now the Supreme Court has declared that his actions were excessive, that once he disarmed the attacker, he should have stopped there. However, it appeared that he remained in fight mode, not flight mode. His adrenaline was high, and fear for his own safety likely clouded his judgment and prevented him from walking away. But let me ask you, my people, how does a poor farmer with no legal knowledge, no training, no support know when enough is enough? When his life is hanging by a thread? When fear has taken over, do you calmly weigh your actions, or do you fight with everything you have just to see another day? And remember, this issue didn't start today. This conflict with herdsmen has been ongoing for years. Many families have lost loved ones. Many farms have been destroyed. Communities have suffered. This is a known problem across Nigeria. So put yourself in this man Sunday's shoes. If he hadn't fought back, if he hadn't grabbed that sharp object, what do you think would have happened to him? And if the situation were reversed, if it was the other party that survived, do you think Sunday would have received any form of justice at all? My besties, share your thoughts in the comment section below. So now Sunday sits in a cold prison cell, a man waiting for his end. Every sunrise brings him one step closer to the gallows. One stroke of governor's pen, that is all that stands between him and the news. And here lies the true tragedy. Sunday's case is no longer just about one man. It has become a symbol, a reflection of how easily the poor, the forgotten, the defenseless can be crushed under the wheels of justice system that sometimes sees law but not humanity. Of course, we are not saying what Sunday did was right, but let's take a moment and really think about it. Let's analyze it together. What would you have wanted him to do? Would you prefer that he just stood there, that he didn't defend himself, that he wasn't afraid for his own life? Let's be honest, it's human nature to defend yourself when you are in danger. Am I correct? So what would have been the best course of action for him in that moment when he was being attacked, when fear had already taken over? Let's be real about it, my people. What do you think about this whole situation? Let's discuss it down below in the comment section. Look around you. Sunday could be your father, your brother, your son, a man trying to live a simple, honest life in a country that offers him no real protection. People across Nigeria are now asking the same painful question. Is this justice, or is this just punishment for being poor? Because let's be real, if Sunday had been a wealthy man with powerful lawyers, would this be his fate today? Would this be his outcome? And here's the part that should haunt all of us. If this can happen to Sunday Jackson today, tomorrow it could be anyone. As we speak, petitions are circulating, activists are calling for mercy, people are demanding that his case be reviewed with compassion, not just cold legal definitions. But the clock is ticking, time is running out. So now I ask you, my people, what do you think? Is this truly justice? Was Sunday Jackson wrong to fight for his life? Should the law take into account fear, poverty, and desperation? Or must it always follow the code letter of the law? My besties, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video, let the world hear Sunday's story, and if you think or believe this man deserves justice or mercy, say it loud, because sometimes even one voice can make a difference. Alright guys, it's your girl Susie here on Explorewithsu. I am looking forward to your opinion down below the comment section. Bye now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
This is why I have a problem. The evidence shows that he was injured in the leg, and then you say that he should have run. So he was at that moment momentarily incapacitated to even be able to run. I mean, the facts are not in doubt. This man did not die, that this attacker died as a result of the attack. But the circumstances was he attacked me, I was in fear for my life, and I fought back.
Were there any witnesses?
There were no witnesses, but I mean, even the prosecution admitted that the weapon belonged to the attacker. The evidence, he had scars on his body of the injuries he sustained.
Okay, let me ask you, William.
Yes.
Are you now in the process of trying to reach out to political leaders in Adamawa State in order to seek clemency? Because that's the only option, really. Isn't
That's the only option. We are bringing out every possible person, method, ability to be able to grant clemency to Mr. Sunday Jackson, who was totally innocent. And so, yes, we are on a fast track to alert people that here's a man that you can stand up for from a human rights perspective. Be a hero today in Nigeria on the issue of human rights and stand up for this nobody, Sunday Jackson, that's totally innocent in spite of what the Nigerian Supreme Court said today. So yeah, we're initiating and we're going full force on that.
And how much time has he actually got now?
Well, we're not sure what the timeline is now. And just to illustrate the level of disappointment, we had someone on standby to pick him up from prison today.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make the call to say he's not going home, he's going to be killed. His children are ill. We've had to take care of them. His wife abandoned him. And so even in this time, he's not surrounded by his family, and we're going to put him to death. But I do want to make a quick point here about we're standing up not just for him, but for all of us. The Fulani militia have killed thousands of Christians. They've killed Muslims as well, and many of them are foreigners. So we have a situation where foreigners come and kill Nigerians with impunity, and Nigerians can't defend themselves.
Yeah.
In the northwest right now, Lakawura is a Fulani terrorist group that was invited to come and help stop the terrorism of Boko Haram and bandits, and they're now killing the people they came in to protect.
Right.
So Nigeria is under siege, and there are more Nigerian citizens on death row in Nigeria now for defending themselves against Fulani herdsmen than there are Fulani herdsmen in Nigerian prisons in death row. And that's just wrong. That's unacceptable.
Upside down.
So no idea how much time he's actually got.
No.
Because I mean that there must be a period that allows for the clemency process to
Well, the court did not issue their opinion today, and they said not till next week. So we're on a fast track.
So they just made an announcement.
Correct.
Right.
They
That's
just
why I
made
said
the
it took 2
announcement.
minutes.
Right.
They had 30 judgments to deliver today, so they said they couldn't read everything, and they'll just give the conclusions. So all we had was dismissed.
Right.